I'm the bitter black man in this group.
Oh my God.
By the way,
Ejike Jamal,
AKA NaNa Man.
and this is the problematic safe place.
And we
NaNa Man.
Snapchatting this right now. So my phone messed up. Like, I can't even. That's what I'm saying. We'll go into more of the podcast. I'm having a tough week. Like, I'm getting LTE, not even 4G service here. So, can someone Snapchat it?
And by the way, y'all can't see, by the way, we're joined by our
Snapchat,
guest. We
Snapchat.
have Miss Cara B.
Cara D.
Cara D.
Cara D.
Shit, I have you on my phone as Cara B.
That's okay.
You said Cara D.
Cara D with a D from
can I
the Millennial
reintroduce
Love
that?
podcast.
Hello.
Yo, really, yeah, please.
Yeah,
Nana.
reintroduce that. No, I just wanted to paint an accurate description, fellas, of who I'm sitting next to. Cara D,
Go ahead.
or I would say the one and only beautiful black Nubian queen.
Come on.
Hey.
Amazon queen. I haven't seen your beauty in many, many moons. She got the type of beauty that cure blindness, fellas. So I'm just trying to give you an accurate description of who I'm sitting near. I'm sweating bullets right now. Like I ain't been enough this fine woman since I worked that one day, that semi-annual sale at Victoria's Secret when they just used me as an extra. So, I'm appreciating it. I'm asthmatic too, so I'm breathing heavily right now.
I cannot with you. I cannot.
Oh, shit, you gotta pay for that kind of promo.
Right. And low key, I just did my ancestry.com and I have a little bit of Ghanaian in me. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
If you
We also will join us today. We also were our homegirl, Raven.
What's up? What's up, Raven? I also go by Poe. So since y'all are new friends, be more than welcome.
Yes.
So yes, so happy to be here.
We in here.
Hey, yo, let's get into this R. Kelly
my
shit.
Bad. My
bro.
bad. R. Kelly. Man, y'all gonna have to speak. Like I said, man, my internet been down, so I'm gonna learn this R. Kelly nonsense with y'all. They were talking about it at the barbershop, something about R. Kelly and a cult.
Yeah, so
Sex
first I'm gonna play this video that had me rolling on Twitter, but it's so honest. So right now, this video, I didn't even know this shit existed, this footage, but it looked like the same setup where the dude interviewed Michael Jackson and he was asking him about, little boys like, do you like kids?
Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
All right. First and foremost, man.
Perfect segue.
Yo, man, let's get into statutory kills, all right?
Oh, God.
First and foremost, like everybody's talking about this R. Kelly cult, and you know what? I believe it.
I believe it?
I believe it too.
Okay, I believe it. Look, I'll tell you this. I believe in a lot of shit. I believe in Jesus. I believe in aliens. I believe in motherfucking. I feel like black people are descendants of aliens, but in a good way. And that's a whole nother shit. I believe in a whole lot of shit. Amidst all of that, R. Kelly leading an underage cult doesn't even seem far-fetched. I believe it.
At all.
All right, so are y'all familiar with the story? I think BuzzFeed broke the story.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yes, I read it actually. Of course, on Facebook, where everyone gets their news.
Right.
Fake news. Fake news.
But seriously, honestly, I didn't believe it until I actually read the article, and it was really interesting to me at how these young girls, like younger than me, are literally like, "No, I'm good. I love R. Kelly. He hasn't done anything." I'm like, you're not allowed to have an opinion about a grown-ass man.
Yes.
While you're under the age of 17.
Okay, so how old are these? Okay, so I haven't read the story. I apologize for giving an opinion when I don't know the full
But fuck the
perspective.
story.
How old are
Have you
these
seen
women?
the tape? Have you seen the tape though?
The tape of
They
the
have
girl?
tape?
Yeah, nigga, you never see the R. Kelly tape?
The original? Are you talking about the original?
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
with him
the
peeing
original
on her?
one
Yeah.
Okay.
When he pissed
Do
on
I
her?
think he's a pedophile? Yes. Do I think he likes underage girls? Yes. Do I think he's had sex with underage girls? Yes. Do I believe that he is running a sex cult in two different cities, in two different houses? No.
Why not?
I disagree with that because, and this is just my opinion, I don't understand how anyone, and maybe I need to take a psychology class or something, but I don't understand how anyone can be manipulated and be forced to live in a home with someone who's not even physically there. Like, he cannot be in two places at one time.
I'll tell you.
So how is he doing? How is he running?
Would it be like a
Are you familiar
version of
with
Stockholm?
That's what I was just about to say.
Okay.
You familiar with Stockholm syndrome?
Okay, yes, but I don't know. I just don't agree that a huge, like, this large group of women can really just be manipulated. Like, somebody has to be the leader to be like, y'all tripping.
No, but think
Let's
about
get
it.
up out of
But
here.
think about it.
Also,
He's
keep in mind-
he's like Tiger, okay? Like, he gets in when they're young. So think about it. When you bring this young girl in from probably 15, 16, of course you
Who's
being
impressionable.
Of course you being
And
15
you're like a
years
big
at least.
star.
You being 15, 20, 30 years older than her. Okay, of course she, and you famous, you're an R&B singer, you're fucking R. Kelly. Of course she's gonna do whatever in the hell that you want her to do.
I don't know if that's an
People are still
I don't know if that's an
impressionable. It
of
doesn't
course.
matter what
I don't know if
age.
that's an of course.
Yo, well,
Yeah.
we saw the
I don't
tape.
think that's
I saw
an
the
of
tape.
course.
Unfortunately.
Wait, the Piston
What,
tape?
the
Yeah, the
P
Piston- yeah, the
But that
Piston
was like
tape.
10 years ago, right? That
No,
tape?
that shit, no, that happened when I was 14 when I first saw the tape.
like
Yeah,
10
what, you're
years ago.
20?
I'm 27.
Okay, so that was
Like,
13 years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, and when I'm saying
not
is-
saying that he is not a pedophile. I agree with y'all.
Wait,
He
what do
is
you
disgusting.
consider a pedophile though? What's a pedophile?
Somebody who has sex with underage women or
Not-
underage people.
Or
Not necessarily.
sexualizes underage.
There's a
Yeah, yeah.
see, here's a common misconception. There's a difference between being a pedophile and being a statutory rapist. Pretty much it's the difference between fucking with a girl that's 17 and 7. Okay, pedophilia refers to girls who are not pubescent age. Okay, so prepubescent girls are
Is
referred.
pedophilia,
Yeah,
okay.
it's the pedophilia terror. Now, I'm not counting that out. I wouldn't put nothing past R. Kelly. But yo, when's this fuck shit gonna stop? Like right now, like I consider myself as somebody who usually can separate the art from the personal life. But with R. Kelly, like I can't help but feel like that shit is all colliding in one.
Well, because
Like, when
he's
I-
singing
Yeah,
about the
that's
women
right.
that he's had sex with, and they happen to
so,
be
yeah.
13. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really
like,
what
when
it
I-
is.
problem.
Like when I see an
Right.
album called Black Panties,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, are these underage or consenting Black
Are
Panties?
they
or
used
Are they,
panties
from,
or-
are they from Route 21?
Yeah.
Or are they from,
right? And then every fucking song, he's always talking about
As
baby
kids,
girl, this, baby girl. Now, what kind of nigga in his 50s, okay, 40s, 50s, however fuck old he is, and let's assume he talks to women his age. How many women you know above the age of
Forget all that. Have you seen how
17
he
be called baby
dresses?
girl?
But how many
Just like
girls?
a child.
Let's go this route. How many women right now are married to people who are older than them? Okay, and we're talking about significantly older than them. I mean, look at Anna Nicole. She married a man who could be her grandfather, and then got his inheritance after he died. But it happens all the time. Like
Yeah. What
you
age
trying to
really
say,
doesn't
Nana?
differ anything.
You saying age ain't nothing but a number?
Low key, is what I'm saying. Low key. But I mean,
Man, fuck nigga.
but people do it all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I
People
agree.
do it all the time.
It happens. I mean, we just do that because we want to say that, oh, it wasn't consensual or your mind doesn't develop after 18. No, people's mindset, age doesn't dictate where your mindset is going to be at. You know, I've talked to people who are 15 and carry themselves as an adult.
wait,
and I'm not saying I talk to them like they're my girlfriend.
You want to
Just-
clarify that
Yeah.
shit.
About to say,
Hey, yo.
But in
You're a
other
pedophile
countries,
too, huh?
in other
The thoughts
countries,
and
they get
opinions
married off
expressed by
soon,
Nana,
12,
man.
13. You know, even in the Bible, people were getting married 12, 13 off soon. Only in America where we say, oh, you got to be above the age of 18.
It's not just in America, bro.
Okay, but
But
it's
It's a
not.
westernized idea.
It
It's
is,
a
for
westernized
sure.
idea.
Most
And
definitely, for
also,
sure.
especially 18, like other countries, people can go get drunk at school, like at 12, at 13. They
Yeah.
sell liquor, they sell packs of cigarettes. But only in America, westernized civilization, oh, let's go ahead and put a control on them. Let's say, hey, they can't do this at this certain age. Who dictates that? What's the difference from you turning 20 to 21 drinking alcohol?
None.
I agree with you on that point.
None.
Okay, but okay, with the R. Kelly situation, that's someone being able to drink and someone being able to have
Fuck.
essentially, but also not even just have sex, because there has to be a build-up before the sex
Yeah.
for her to be able to get backstage, to get to know him, for them to have that personal connection
Yeah.
to
Wait,
where she's vulnerable
You say
enough for him
there
to
has
do
to be
that.
a build-up?
No,
Not
I'm not-
necessarily.
I mean,
If you see
unless-
this, like
I'm
now,
sorry,
look,
but if you're talking about a cult, that shit is finesse.
well, look, I'm
That's
speaking.
a build-up.
I'm speaking
Exactly.
from.
That's a build-up. That's not like, oh, I like you, I'm gonna fuck with you, you're part of my quote-unquote cult.
But
Like,
see,
no, that's a
Raven,
mindfuck.
Raven, you read the article. So the way it happened was that, well, with this girl, she was 19 when they met. And, with the way the article began. And you know what? 19 is fair game, okay? Whatever, 19. But, yeah, 19 is fair game. That's legal.
No. I'm not arguing that.
Okay,
I'm trying to
It's
see
like
if
on
I
your
can
phone.
find the...
But what happened was it started off as this girl, she did music. So she said that she was a big fan of R. Kelly, ran into him, went to one of his concerts. He was feeling her music. And then he said, hey, basically he flew her in. He flew her in on her dime, to supposedly, quote unquote, work on music. Okay? Now, the same, and according to her parents, ever since then, they haven't even been able to get their daughter to come back home. Right now, she feels that she's in love. She sends like these one sentence message texts, only on holidays, saying, hey, I wish it didn't have to be like this, or Happy Mother's Day from Rob and I. But she will not make contact with her parents anymore. And now this happened at 19, assume for this girl's case. And at 19, and of course, like the parents are trying to get her out of it. But of course, she's not considered missing. She's 19. So with her, it's not so much, it's like whatever, but what about the kids? He could have gotten so many other kids through this way. Because there's all these articles. Have you read those articles like like a year ago that talk about like R. Kelly waiting at the fucking McDonald's outside of high schools? Yeah. Kel's, okay.
I will say this. I think to some extent, I understand how it's sort of like an abusive relationship, right? Like Raven was saying, there is a buildup. You have to build a trusting relationship with that person in order to manipulate them. Because just if I meet you today, I'm not going to be able to manipulate your mind. You have to have some sort of relationship. You have to build that comfort level. But no, wait.
Oh, go on.
So I'm saying all that to say that I do think to some extent these women are and have been manipulated to believe certain things about R. Kelly. I just don't want to say that he has started a sex cult with people living in multiple states, because to me, that part seems far-fetched. But the part that's not far-fetched is whether or not he has manipulated these women. I know that seems a little...
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, so that's my only thing. I just don't know if his manipulation is strong enough to be like, y'all better stay in this house, only wear tracksuits,
but honestly,
blah, blah, blah.
But if you think about it this way, you don't even have to do that. If I find a young girl who's devoted... Well, if he finds a young girl who's impressionable enough to be like, oh, I'm devoting myself to you, she has no need to leave the house. He doesn't even have to say it out loud. She knows what her role is, and she knows she wants to keep her role, so she's going to do what she needs to do.
But did he start the cult? Did he start the cult?
No, like I said, that I don't know. That's the story.
Yeah,
I believe that shit. He started the cult.
I don't think it's a cult per se, but I think there is a group of women that he kind of keeps in rotation for his...
I think it's a cult. The best thing about a cult, though, that we're forgetting, the best thing about a cult is the people involved don't realize it's a cult.
Yeah.
Now,
that's the truth.
But the thing is, you can say about groupies, too. Like, groupies do that for artists, football players, or whatever you identify as. Like, hey, when I play sports, in college, like, hey, people didn't know my personality, but they knew I played sports, so they threw themselves at me. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I'm glad you put that point out.
So, what's the difference from R. Kelly? Now, the thing is, what's significant with him is just the age range. Like, we know they're very impressionable, but people are impressionable, period. So, I guess after 18, is a consensual thing, and we're saying, oh, this person's just dumb, versus someone under 18 is like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that and manipulating. Manipulation is a form of witchcraft to me, and it's in every relationship. I use that. It's really the art of persuasion.
It is.
Well, but with their argument, what's the difference between a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old when it comes to manipulation? Like, are they impressionable at 17, and as soon as they turn 18, they're stupid? Like, what's the difference between that?
I get what you're saying, Cara.
And I'm not agreeing with statutory rape, because it is rape.
But I guess where you're coming from is really that they're under the supervision of their parents after you're under age 18, or foster home, or basically almost like the government. So it's by law, like you're under 18, that if you're doing something, then you're considered a minor. So then, your parents or your guardian is going to be held responsible for your actions. Okay, you're not held 100% accountable for that. So versus someone 18 now, they're going to be held fully accountable of their actions, So that's the difference. But at the same time, nothing changes when you turn from 17
You're
to 18.
absolutely right, Nana. You're absolutely right, bro. That's all 18 is. 18 is the age of accountability.
But also at the same
Basically.
time, why are we focusing so much on the girl in the situation? R. Kelly is the adult. He's the one who knows what he's doing is wrong, and he knows that the woman that he's dealing with is way younger than him, knowing he has a criminal history of dealing with underage women.
Yeah.
So I hate of course she's of a certain age where she does know what she's doing, but at the end of the day, he's the one who is the main issue, and I think the main focus should be on him, not her.
Well, like considering talking about referring to the 19-year-old, I really don't have much to say about what you're 19. But think about all the girls that he got through to this way, that he started off with 15, 16.
That's what I'm saying.
The girl was 14 in that fucking tape. Okay, I remember seeing the tape. I was the same age as the girl. So like, of course, like back then when I was watching it, I was looking at it from the eyes of like, oh shit, I'm seeing somebody naked my age on the internet, you know. But then when I saw her get peed on, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, is this what you do? Like, I didn't have sex yet. But then I happened to see the tape again when I was in college. I was like 20, 21 or so. Now it was at a party. Somebody didn't know that R. Kelly had the tape. So I was like, oh, well, let's pull it up. And I was like, I ain't finna do that shit on my computer. But they pulled it up. And then when I saw the tape as a 21-year-old, I was disgusted.
Yeah.
I was disgusted because I looked, like, her body, from what I remember, she looked like a child. Like, I didn't see anything womanly, going on. So that's why when I'm saying, when you said, Cara, about like the pedophilia thing, I'm not even gonna count that out as R. Kelly is a potential pedophile.
Because we don't know.
That girl didn't look womanly to me. But the thing is, like, and we all know about the R. Kelly as far as trying to marry Aaliyah. He got with her when she was 15.
He did marry her.
Oh, he did? Okay, I thought he didn't go through.
No,
they
were
did it.
married.
Everyone was pissed.
So my question, so my question is, man, we know the nigga can sing. And the nigga has so many R&B hits, but why do we keep cutting for this fuck nigga, man? Why do we keep cutting for him?
There's worse
I don't at all. I never have.
with worse celebrities with characteristic traits that are far more disgusting and disturbing than him. His is just exploited. And
Who else besides Michael Jackson?
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Man, Michael
Donald
handled them little boys' balls. I don't care what nobody say.
Sold on Mike, okay? But
Head of state.
there's a whole fucking tape.
Nobody say, bruh. Just because it ain't on
Hey, I
tape
love
don't mean it didn't
Michael.
There's a
happen.
whole fucking tape of R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But here's my thing,
Don't
y'all.
assassinate Michael's character.
Right, for real. That's one thing we're not gonna do.
A
He admitted that he likes sleeping in the bed with little boys. So you mean to tell me he wasn't fondling them little boys' penises?
No, but see, you gotta understand from Michael's, we kind of get off, but like, from Michael's point of view, and I'm not saying this is right, but I'm saying Michael was underdeveloped as a man. Like, Michael's never.
But
No,
that's
listen,
a
let
personal
me finish.
Michael.
Okay.
Michael had the mindset of a child because he never had a childhood. Not saying this is right, but what I'm saying.
Neither did I. If we gonna go by those type of standards.
But what I'm saying is,
But were you doing worldwide tours
No,
at 12
I mean, of course not. I
and
wasn't.
singing
No, listen,
and
when he slept in the bed with these boys, it wasn't on. And from what I believe, it wasn't on and it's inappropriate. No 40-something-year-old man should be sleeping with boys. But I'm saying, from Michael's perspective, it's not on, and he even said this, it's nothing sexual. He's thinking of it in terms of like, shit, a boy, like a sleepover. He's thinking of it in terms of friends. Like, he sees them as his
Sleeping in bed with
peers.
your friends. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's how he looks at it. Yeah, of course, we look at him as a 40-year-old man like, nigga, what the fuck you doing sleeping with some fucking kids?
That's
Okay?
true.
Now, we need to dead that shit whenever we see it. I'm not condoning that, but I'm just saying, like, Michael and R. Kelly are in totally different mindsets.
You don't know if R. Kelly not in that mindset.
R. Kelly is a motherfucking
we don't know
predator,
You
man.
We don't know
know
R.
that.
Kelly in that mindset. And the thing is, it comes back to people don't want to face their reality. They don't want to face that at all.
Well, they
avoid
should have
it.
indulged in that the first time he got caught fucking with an underage chick. That's
Shit,
not
but the
an
Aaliyah
excuse.
him, he didn't
situation,
get caught.
We should have ran
To
on Kelly
him,
the
it
fuck
might
up
not
out of
be
here with the
nothing
Aaliyah
wrong.
shit.
He might not see nothing wrong in it. We keep on thinking like he thought it was wrong. Maybe he hasn't developed that
I
moral consciousness.
never say he did think
You
it
know?
was wrong.
No.
I know for a fact that
And
that
was
man
he,
probably
was he
knew what he
held
was doing was
accountable for
wrong.
his actions
No,
too?
no,
Think about
he's
it.
saying,
Not really.
No, what he's saying is he may not think it's wrong. if we're going off the MJ argument,
Yeah.
R. Kelly may be in the same mental state to say
my
what if he
opinion,
believes
no.
in his soul? I don't know. What if he believes in his soul that he's still 17? He
No,
might.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
He
No,
might
he
though.
does. How you know
don't
that?
know. Are
you
you
know
a
he
be messing
therapist?
with
No, think about the way
You won't be messing with a 17-year-old then.
Listen to his lyrics. The way he talks about it in his lyrics, he keeps on saying baby girl. He's using language coming
My
from
boyfriend calls me baby girl. That don't
No,
mean
you
that
too old fashioned. You past
Hey.
like
because he calls me baby girl.
Hey man, like I think
Hey,
baby girl is like a
I
name
call
that
him
you
baby
give.
That's what you think. It doesn't necessarily mean.
You get pet names in relationships.
My dad calls his wife baby girl. I don't
Wait, your
necessarily.
dad calls his wife? How old is his wife?
Older than him. She ain't 17.
Right?
Yo, man, I've never heard a man call a grown man, like 40, like R. Kelly's age, call another grown woman his age baby girl. That's some
man,
shit
they
that
say
you
it
talk
all
to
the time.
I don't
tell
think
your
that's
daughter
fair.
or
Yeah,
you
that's
tell
not-
your...
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's
that's
like
fair.
This is pet names in relationship.
Yeah, I
pet
don't think.
names.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
baby,
Exactly.
Keep
baby.
it on the low.
But-
No one has to know.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean,
Keep it on
but
the down low.
Keep it on the down low. AJ,
Hey.
nothing but a number. I mean, what the
Hey.
fuck? There's a whole fucking tape out.
and he believes that age ain't nothing but a number,
But
which
what's
goes
the
to
dif-
our argument that
It's not my argument.
So what?
Our-
Yeah, well,
Not
what about
Ejike
this
Jamal.
EJ? So what if he? Okay, I don't know how old is RK. What if he's 50 and messing with a 16-year-old versus he's 52 and messing with an 18-year-old?
It's
Age
legal.
is still, but I know it's legal, but the age is still significantly higher,
Yeah.
and they're about the same. So. Like, that's the thing about America. Like, I feel like we contradict ourselves because it's
It's
like...
not a contradiction. Age is 18. The number 18. I'm not delusional to think that when you're 17, you just get this entire like boost of wisdom when you hit 18. No, all 18 is the age of accountability. At 18, you're done with high school. At 18, you can get your own place. You can apply. You can work real jobs. You have all kinds of. You have all kinds of
And you
privileges.
can do that at 17
You can
too.
vote at 18. You can't do that shit at
Technically
17.
can't do that
What
at
I'm saying
17,
is that
but-
18 is the age of accountability. And at that point, like I said, you're accountable for all of your actions. But 17, most 17-year-olds are still living with their parents. They're still trying to make it the second period in high school. They're still, they're very impressionable.
Nah, I disagree with
they're
that.
just big.
Yeah.
Like really,
that kind
high
of
schools
comes
are just
back
big
to
kids, bro.
another thing. I don't want to go on a tangent too far, but it's like, what identifies people coming into womanhood or manhood? What's identified in this culture? Like different cultures. So like in the Jewish culture, they do men do the bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
All right. At age 13, they got to complete a couple tasks and memorize certain things. At age 13, and then they go ahead and do the bar mitzvah, and they're held accountable because they have their whole community watching them and delivering this speech or whatever they do. But what's some things that are significant to identify women and men to get into manhood? And it's kind of different on different cultures. Like, honestly, my opinion of African-American culture, me growing up in the suburbs, hey, certain things that identify me becoming a manhood was how many hoes I get, how many hoes I smash, okay? Cars, clothes, hoes, and money.
Excuse me, I don't know if I just burped into the mic just now, but
Yeah, I'm just saying that's like, because certain people, certain people around my age, and I'm seeing they got
Bless
car,
you.
clothes, hoes, and money. I'm like, they the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They step to another level beyond what I was at. So they can self-sustain themselves, and they got the females at the same time. So even if you couldn't self-sustain yourself, but you have females, it's like, you the man.
But Nate, like, are you paying your phone bill? Are you paying rent?
But I
Paying
said
bills,
that's
like-
why I'm saying what identify. We do we even have a clear guideline on that?
No.
No, we don't.
No.
That's kind of scary.
But you know what? You're not a
Outside of
man.
periods for women.
But you know what? You're not a
Exactly.
man or see that's the thing. It's like it depends on your definition. The way I
Exactly.
define being a man and a woman is when you have responsibilities and you're meeting those responsibilities.
at any age, you have
It's a mixture of
responsibilities.
responsibilities and experience. Okay, when you're able to.
when
Say,
you're
'cause
13,
here's
you
the-
still got to go to school.
No,
That's
but here's how I
responsibility.
look at it. There's a lot
not
of
the same.
Supervised.
Unfortunately, there's kids out here that are 13 who were forced to grow up. They've been through some real shit, like they had, mama strung out on some shit, So they're the ones they're the ones working some illegal job, okay, slinging dope, whatever, to
But
pay
what if
bills.
your mama
To
ain't
me,
stronger
like,
and you make that conscious decision to work anyways?
Uh-huh.
There's people who do that as well.
It's a kid.
That's a kid?
It's a kid. Like, bro.
People who are forced to be in that position as a man or a woman.
But think about it this way, man. Compare what you knew at 15 to what you know right now.
So your definition has to do with emotional maturity and financial maturity.
Not
Is that a
necessarily,
fair?
not limited to that, but
But that is a factor, in your opinion, determining when you're a woman or a man. Is that true or false?
Let me think about that, because I feel like you set me up. You set
I'm
me up.
not setting you up. I don't have a dog in the fight.
Like what you said.
I'm taking what you said, and I'm
Exactly.
saying it back to you.
But let me think. I think when it's experience. But let's go back though. What biological? We need to make the distinction between biologically a man and a woman versus legally.
I was gonna say, when you have a
period
period as a woman,
Yeah,
that's when
you
you
are-
become,
that's true.
as a girl, that's when you become
That's
a
true.
woman.
What about a man?
Back in the day when motherfuckers were dying at 30, when the average life expectancy was 30, then it made sense why you would be 20 years old and marry a fucking 12-year-old or 13. That made sense back in that society. But right now, like, take our regular average 15-year-old, and are you saying this 15-year-old, it makes sense for a 15-year-old or a 17-year-old to be with this 27, 47, 50-year-old?
Man, I seen that all the time when I was in high school.
I've seen it too, but I'm
All
saying,
the
does that make
time.
the shit right, though? Doesn't make the shit right.
And they were cool, and some of them are still together to this day, and it worked for them. Like, certain women like older men, and it suits their nature. Yes, I agree on the when women say women mature faster than men. I agree on that. Now there's different
It's
maturity
biologically
levels.
true.
It's different
fact.
maturity levels. Yes, it's psychological maturity and emotional maturity. That's it. Some people don't have the emotional intelligence as well.
Correct.
You have to identify that as well.
You're right.
So depending on whatever your lifehood is. But like and Cardi, right? Kara? I'm getting
Cara.
a little sick. Cara.
Cara.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sitting next to
Somebody
Cara D,
else called
beautiful.
me Cardi the other
Yeah,
night.
and I always say
Yo,
Cardi because
shout out
that
to Cardi
little-
D,
I know,
man.
you
Bodak
popping.
Black.
Bodak
What
Black.
the hell is
Somebody called me
that?
the other day.
Well,
It's
you know,
actually
She
low-key
just
lit.
stole
Like, that's what
someone's
I'm saying,
flow.
like,
Like,
she did.
and then
Like I
she
said
was
to Cardi B.
I wouldn't say she stole it. I mean,
No,
it
she
wasn't-
stole it.
No, she called it Bodak Black. That's obviously a homage
Bodak
to
Yellow.
Kodak Black. Bodak Yellow. That's obviously a
But
homage
the
to Kodak
flow
Black.
is different. Well, it's
The flow's
rap
from
anyways.
Kodak Black.
No, the flow's from different other people too.
Nah,
I heard.
listen to the song Flocka by Kodak Black, and you'll
But-
see where she got that flow from. So the song makes sense. Like, I didn't think of it as she was biting because she paid
And
homage.
she's up there on the top charts as well, but she's another subject. We can go on a tangent for days, but let's go back.
Hey, I love
I
Cardi.
love her, too.
I
don't have
motherfucking
a
love
preference.
Cardi.
Man, it's too ratchet for me, man. She ratchet.
I almost love it.
Is it entertaining for you?
It's
Because she's who
entertaining,
she
but the
is.
simple exactly, she is who she is, and the simple fact that she's jumping into an industry where we just got out of a Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj quote unquote beef. It's refreshing to finally see a fresh face. Their music is kind of dope.
I don't know if
And-
Cardi. I don't
She's
know
just
if Cardi's
kind of
music.
rapping like she's
Yeah.
almost gift right. Like I feel like
No,
her
I'm not
flow
saying
is like
she's
gift,
good.
like old reused
But
gifts,
she's catchy.
like from Christmas.
I mean,
you know how you
to
reuse
me, the
your gifts
Migos
and then
suck, but
re-rap
I
it.
still bump them
The
because they're
Migos,
catchy.
They don't even open their mouths when
Yeah,
they
but the
rap.
Migos is a culture. That's the
Lil Bad
thing.
and Bougie.
Okay.
The Migos
And
are
Cardi
putting
B
out.
not.
She's not a
Because
part
she's
of the new
reusing
age.
flows. Like, that's all. Okay.
Everyone uses flow.
Exactly,
No one has
but
an
she's
original
like
flow.
literally taking the exact same flow and re-rapping like the Christmas gift that you get that you don't like
Like-
and
like
re-rapping
Drake
it
has
and
done?
giving it to people.
Like, who else?
Okay,
Like,
all right.
Go ahead,
And the thing about Migos, they're a culture, okay? They brought that, like, they made it hot, which I'm not saying they're the first one doing, but the mumble rap, like,
They are the mumble rap pioneers.
artists, okay?
But they did get their style from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay,
though.
and
but,
I
but
mean,
they are the mumble
Yeah,
great
rap.
artists
because
still.
Bone Thugs
Yeah,
did
exactly.
The great artist still,
I mean,
you know?
Okay, but you're
So-
contradicting yourself. You said great artist still, but you're saying she bites off this. I'm like, are you just mad because you don't like her, or are
no,
you?
No,
He don't like her
yes.
'cause she
But
raps.
like, the
Exactly.
thing is, okay, the other rappers, even Drake does it. He's a culture vulture. They will like reuse someone's flow, but put it in their own style. Kodak Yellow or whatever, Kodak
Yellow.
Black Yellow. I literally could put the two songs and compare it and be like, is this the same girl on the same track or the same guy on the same track? I want to be identified. That's what I'm saying. Like, she literally, just like, you know, when you did history papers in college or in high school, where you literally copy and paste something and put it on another format, at least change an and or to the and or but, like, change a vowel.
How I'm a purist when it comes to hip hop. So I deal with nothing but Nas, Jay-Z, Tribe Called Quest, like
Oh yeah, you're real.
Naughty by Nature, like all of these artists that I grew up with
That's
because
too
I had
in-depth for
older
me.
siblings that put me on Snoop and all that stuff from the beginning. I've been listening to Jimi Hendrix before I even knew who he was. So for the simple fact that I'm not challenging that, I'm just saying that, hey, it's cool to have this cool state of mind, happy-go-lucky, drug-induced bliss of a music career.
I like my rappers pissed off. Okay, I'm tired of this happy-go-lucky. Hey,
You want a
let's
chip
think
on
of
my
my
shoulder.
Hey, but your girl. Yeah, you know, I hate this happy-go. I like my rappers pissed the fuck off. Okay, that's why I fuck with my little bro XXX Temptation freestyle.
Anger
Nigga
gets
was
shit
talking about.
done.
Nigga was talking about I'm the son of a serpent. You know, I'm the son of a serpent. I'm beyond. Yeah, I'm beyond all of you peasants. I'll kill all you peasants. I love that shit. Okay, everybody was hating on my nigga X, man. I love that shit, bro. Cause basically, y'all know what he did. I got what the young boy did. Basically, he said, "Fuck all y'all niggas. Y'all want to be all happy. Y'all want to y'all being all happy. You know, doing the A flow. Hey, y'all all saying sounding like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do to make myself completely different from what the fuck y'all have going on. I respect somebody who actually has something to say. Okay, X. I can't say that I'm a fan of his music, of the young boy's music yet. I can't say that I'm a true fan, but I see the potential. X is gonna be here.
My friend, he throws concerts out here, so he got them out here like 2 months ago, and like these white people paid. It sold out like quick within 2 days. These white people, and it's crazy his influence and following. It's not necessary. Yes, it's African Americans at the same time, but the audience who will really pay for that, his music, and go see it, is these Caucasian people. They will
want to be
come out
black
there.
So bad. They want to be oppressed so bad. Yes, can we
They want to
please?
be down so bad.
Everybody want to be a motherfucking nigga till the police come.
To the
man.
police come. Till the gun get pulled out. Then they want to be, I'm white. My name's Sam.
I know. I had nothing to do with this. I was just walking home.
Right.
I wasn't doing anything. Like,
Right.
no.
Hey,
Shout out to the
Well,
pussy ass
there's a
niggas who
story I
let
would
their
like
white
to
girl
tell.
call them nigga.
I actually, one time back in high school,
yeah.
my
Man.
friend hit a score bus where we got in a fight. We're in a gas station, and then all of a sudden the police saw us, so they started chasing us, and my friend was in the driver's seat. He hit a school bus, and then we turned to a neighborhood, and there was like 5 of us, so 3 of us ran out, and I was still in the car, and then so the police like, get down, motherfuckers, get down. And it was so crazy. During that time period, as soon as I was in a cop car, had the handcuffs out because I was like scared to death I was gonna have to go to jail.
Hell yeah.
But you know, my African boys, everybody want to be black until the cops come. I said, hey, it's NaNa, it's NaNa. I don't know. I just come out here. I just want
speaking that
education.
English.
I don't know. hey, everybody want to be black until the cops come around here.
Man.
That's real.
And I'm still hurt, ladies. If you want, you trying to get to know an interesting 5'7",
Yo, man,
165.
nah, get that
I
light
feel like
skin.
I need to
Get that
carry
light
him
skin
in
shit
my
off the
pocket and be like,
podcast,
this is
bro.
my personal
my
resume.
bad.
You want that light
I'm
skin
doing some personal benefit
Yo,
on this
OVO is
podcast.
happening in Houston, man.
Hey, you know what?
Would you like for me to read? Would you like for him to read my resume today? I have
Right, exactly. Like, I have a whole
Resume
person to
read.
speak for.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I
We
can
got
go
off
grab
a little
him.
topic.
I wasn't
NaNa.
sure.
I'm just hurt, bro. Like, the girl hurt me. Like, I really liked her. And the thing
What's her
is,
name?
I'm not gonna disclose her
don't put
name
it
here,
out.
but
Don't put her
like,
name
I
out.
really liked the girl, And the thing is, I was gonna go rap about the right way, Like, I believe in exclusivity and honesty and transparency, and just be like, hey, I think I'm a handsome gentleman, so, I want to make sure no insecurity there. It's like, hey, I'm pursuing you, personal loyalty. But she did give me, she told me that she's not ready for a relationship, and that's not what she's looking for, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm aggressive, and I know that I'm a dominant male, alpha male, being I'm Ghanaian, and from the Asante tribe as well.
What's your relationship status now?
Well, okay, let me give you the background. I am in a.
Ooh, tea.
We have been
Tea time.
on and off for about 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we were together for 5 years, broke up for 4, now we're back together.
Okay.
We're in a long distance, and I say it's very long distance. He's in med school in Antigua right now.
Oh, goodness.
But he actually literally just left today. He was here for a month and a half, so we get those
So I have
spurts
no
of
chance,
time.
fellas.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, we are in a very committed relationship. Probably engagement is coming soon at some point.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in that lane. So
Hey, NaNa. You remember when we were talking at Starbucks, man? I think I told you about like my situation. So, all right, y'all. I'm in a relationship right now. Okay, like I'm faithful as fuck. NaNa asked me. I told NaNa that, hey, I'm just not fucking with marriage right now. I won't even say right now.
you don't want to be
don't-
married, period.
I don't want to be married. And this is just something that this was just a recent change of mind. You know, and NaNa asked me, first again,
Who
NaNa
hurt you?
asked me, yo, so are you committed to her? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm faithful. Like, again, I'm faithful as fuck, man. Of course I'm committed to her. But I don't see it. And then I asked him, I can't remember if he asked me or if I asked him, but the question was, is there anything in life that you would commit your life to? Like, unconditionally. That you would commit, it would be like a contract, you would commit your life to, whether it's anyone or anything. So I'm gonna ask y'all ladies this. All right, so Raven, is there anything that you, just put you on, Raven, is there anything that you would commit your life to? Or anyone?
I mean, yes. I feel like if
Unconditionally.
unconditionally, yes.
What?
I think I could. I think I could to another person.
Like who? Or what?
I mean, family, I think, is a given. Like, those are my people. I don't care if we disagree, agree. It's like, I got you, you got me, point blank, period. Now, in regards to a relationship, I can see that, but also it depends on the person, because I think that those are important questions to ask in the beginning. If I'm seeing someone and I'm asking, what do you see in the future, or what do you want in the future, and marriage is not in your little top 5, top 10, and I inquire about that, and you're like, or you give me some sort of pacified kind of answer, then I know that that's probably not something that you're pursuing anytime soon. And me, I'm 27, about to be 30 in the next few years. I was like, it's kind of
30.
Women always do that. We always
do.
that.
We do. And also, I was thinking about that today, ironically. I'm like, I don't know why we put so much emphasis on our age, for the simple fact that there are Black men and women that will not see this age. And I refuse to. Personally, I'm going to stop being disrespectful by discrediting, oh my gosh, I'm almost 30. Like, it's a blessing and I'm grateful.
It is a blessing.
So with that being said, I want someone to take their time and know that's just as precious as mine. So if we are going to commit to being with each other, forget having the piece of paper or anything like that, but just to show outwardly in front of your friends, family, people you care about, that you are committed to me, and me doing the same, I think is an act of almost revolution itself, because you're really putting yourself out there to be vulnerable, even if it's not that piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a new age. I think back when our grandparents and our parents were younger, getting married was just the thing to do, just because that's what everyone did. You got married, you had kids, the men brought home the bacon, the woman cooked it, and I grew up in that same type of household.
Yeah.
So I very much believe in women and men and their specific roles as well. But being a millennial, keep in mind, we grew up in that Disney age where we grew up watching cartoons. I know it's horrible, because I think it traumatized us in a way to where literally we were seeing this pretty girl meet this handsome guy, and they fall in love within seconds.
Makes you dependent on a nigga to come and save
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
I
And
fall in
within
love
seconds, they are the one, and then they pick them up and carry them off to their ever after. And I think growing up, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna meet someone like that, and he's gonna whisk me away, and we're gonna be amazingly happy
You sound
with
like a
kids.
Disney princess right now.
No, but seriously, but literally, like, that's what
we were taught.
That's what we were taught, and that's what we're
dream
seeing.
about we dream about our weddings from the time we're kids.
Exactly. So
Barbies
I think
did that.
becoming an adult and getting that realization like, hey, I may not get this picture perfect wedding. I might not even get this picture perfect guy, let alone like
Unless you get in with me.
I have to add it to the list. But also at the same time, it's a lot to deal with as a woman, especially being a woman of color. Like these Disney princesses didn't look like us, and we're putting so much emphasis on this. And then on top of that, coming up and being an adult, and you're like, shit, I gotta deal with being black. Now I have to deal with being a woman and being black. I have to deal with being a black woman who's successful or smarter than the next. Like it's just all these margins that I think we discussed like before.
Yeah, you
that
and me.
you kind of have to fit in or kind of understand where you fit in. So marriage, throwing marriage into that with another person of color who's dealing with the same stigmas and issues, I understand the fear.
Like, fuck marriage, bro.
Bro.
Okay.
Who hurt you
I'm not
once
gonna
again?
say that.
And
Stop.
Poe,
Okay.
I
Because you
got
say
a
that
question
now.
for you. Poe, I got a question for you. So why in India is over 50% of marriage arranged and they got less than 10% divorce rate?
Honestly, because I think that's the way of life. That's kind of disrespectful. I worked with a young woman, my age, Indian, married. They are super young. I think, I think they actually dated and married. But she told me specifically, like, her sister and brother, like, their parents are literally finding people for them. That's not necessarily a setup that works every time. So, I mean, that's great. That's wonderful statistics. That's great to know. But at the same time, if it's part of your culture that when you're married, you stay married, where the good, bad, and everything else, that's a completely different thing. Here in America, we're like, you didn't get the cereal I liked. You're getting on my nerves. I'm out. Like, over there, that's not the case.
It's a culture of
because
divorce,
it's a cultural thing.
It's a culture of giving up. Like, think about it, even in job hopping. Our age group especially, 2 years, I'm like, okay, I gotta find something new. 2 years, okay, I'm done. Like we're the microwave generation. So if something does not work in our, fabricated time frame, then we're like, I'm out because I can do better.
Why can't we see it through? Because perseverance builds your character.
Agreed.
But I think that's a stigma psychologically, because when we were kids, our parents were in this state of mind where I want to give you what I never had. Yeah. So they gave us all this stuff. And we're used to being like, yes, you can have it. Yes, yes, yes. So now being an adult and looking for what we want, like, I want this. And someone looks at you dead in the face in your eyes and says, no. A lot of us don't know how to take
We don't know how to take it.
You don't know how to deal with rejection.
Exactly.
No.
I know.
Rejection brings direction.
Exactly. This is a generation where rejection is completely our downfall.
So it's a generation of people who are consumers, not contributors.
I won't say that, because I think some of the most innovative minds are coming out of our generation. Because we are thinking outside that box, or because we're not getting paid what we want to, we're thinking outside the box of, okay, how can I get to this level doing it my way?
Yeah, because we all have multiple hustles.
Exactly, we all do.
Even if it's 2 jobs, I mean, you may not be getting paid for your second hustle. You may be trying to get paid. I agree with you on that, but I do also agree that we're consumers and not contributors.
Exactly.
Because everything that we do is for us. It's
Agreed.
for our own personal advancement. It's really not.
That's true.
I have a podcast because I want people to hear what I gotta say, not because I do want to help people, but that's not my main goal, And so I think I do agree with that, and I think that too, like, to some extent, millennials, we want what we want when we want it.
And that's
we
just
don't
how
get it. It's like, man, all right.
It's like I'm not fooling with it, or I'm pissed and I'm gonna throw a tantrum.
Yeah, I'm gonna act a fool.
Exactly. And I think we kind of approach relationships this way, like, okay.
For sure.
And I think that deals with it, especially with
that's
black men and women.
Yeah, that's the capitalist mindset. That's why we're a capitalist nation.
Because a lot of us have like a starter marriage mentality.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Exactly,
like
but are you willing to invest?
Just get that experience.
I don't think anyone
even
is.
in
That's
relationships, that's the thing. Like, me and my boyfriend are long distance, and we are very long distance. He has done some shit, and I have been like, nigga, I will fuck you up.
Cheated?
No, he never cheated. He never cheated.
I'm trying to think what else could be.
There are other things that can be done that are not cheating that are some shit. Trust me.
Very emotional and distressful.
People, I'm not gonna get into
Yeah,
business
elaborate.
like that.
I feel you, sister.
No, I'm not gonna get. But I'm saying that.
Just let me know
that
when he mess up. My number is 817-541-1706.
Hey,
And
you
my
drop
work
your
number
dime,
is
somebody gonna pick it up.
817-467-5603.
Anyway,
Okay, edit that.
what is this, Mike Jones? Give me your number out. But I say all that to say that, like, I stayed not because, and I hate the word potential, but I do think that we as Black women, a lot of times do stay through potential, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Agreed.
But that is what, like, I think that me staying through whatever we've been through is a testament to how marriage is going to be. And I'm not saying the relationship is, like, marriage is harder than a relationship.
Yeah.
I know it is because you can't go nowhere. I mean, you can't go anywhere. You're not supposed to. In my mind, not only on religious terms, but just, like, emotionally, once I get married, that's it.
Exactly.
Well, Carl, let me ask you this question.
I'm going to die and we're
What
going to be
happens
married.
when that person don't live up to your potential? And once again, it's your
But you
potential,
have to understand.
not their potential.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why we had a lot of problems because I put him in a box. He was somebody when I met him, and then 5 years later, he's a different person. And I had to reformulate and relearn how to love a different person because he wasn't who I thought he was.
And that's
what love. But that's what
That's
real
not an excuse
to me.
for not
Real
wanting to get
love
married,
is about. Real love is an evolution.
Exactly.
Some people change every single day.
That's
One
true.
day he
Yes.
may buy me flowers every week, and then the next day he literally may just like sit on the couch and do nothing. I have to still love him, and in my loving him, try to help him get to where he needs
So
to
you
be.
making that
Exactly.
conscious decision.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
It's conscious,
But you
Love is
have
and
to.
it's deliberate.
Pretty much.
It's deliberate
And it's
as
active.
fuck.
Exactly.
It's like ongoing.
It's ongoing
Well,
and deliberate.
you just have to understand that the person you're looking at is just as human as you are.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard in the beginning because you're like, oh, I see all these
You
things
hear
are what
this,
you're trying to go
ladies?
to. And you're just like, oh, all this potential and I want to feed into that. I want to do this and that. You're not funny.
Let's talk about this though.
I mean,
Let's
that
talk about
sounds-
this though.
Exactly.
Women can do that. Women, we can see the evolution of love, and we
Battle
can
of
say, okay,
sexes.
he is where he's somewhere, but I know he's gonna be at step 10 soon.
Exactly.
I'ma wait it out, y'all.
Exactly.
As soon as we fuck up, y'all are done.
All right,
Exactly.
listen, yo, look. Now, everything you ladies are saying, it sound all cute. But y'all the ones
He
that
just said cute.
initiated a majority of half the divorces.
Okay.
Y'all the ones
Let's-
filing them shit.
Because y'all are lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Because y'all are lazy. Y'all are
So
cheating.
weird.
No.
Mrs. Head of the Curves.
No.
What happened to seeing that potential?
Please
what
let
happened
me-
to waiting it out? Okay, but y'all are ghosts. in about
Please
like 5
tag
years.
team me in, please.
Tag him in.
Come on.
Tag him in.
Okay.
We gotta throw champions on that.
Okay. First of all, you're not finna play these games.
Hello.
But the
Listen
simple
closely.
fact
What you not
that-
gonna do?
Exactly. Because it's the simplest things we want out of you. We just want you to respect us, be genuine, and step into your role as a man, which you have been built to be in. And it's so hard, especially being a Black woman and being attracted to Black men, and them, especially in this day and age, in this I want my cake and eat it too state of mind, when I'm like, how are you allowed to be that way or feel that way? And I'm sitting here saying, hey, I like you. I'm interested in seeing where this could go. And you're looking at me like, oh, okay. That's cool.
Options. That's
Like,
why.
But
Yeah.
but also
going to
no,
job applications.
that's not a good excuse because men know what they want, when they see it, and when they have it. Y'all know.
But
and
not
the
always.
fact that you
That's the
question
thing.
it,
Not
that
always
means that
what
you
you
don't.
want is what you need.
Exactly. Thank you. Nana.
Exactly, but at the same time, if you've indulged in so much time with one person, you know whether you want to be with them for life or you don't, or
That's
if you
not
want
true.
or if you want to commit to them or
I
not.
can agree with that.
Exactly. Yes.
No.
Here's where I
But
disagree.
Cara
Here's where-
said
here's-
we involved, though. We involved. So people change. So what you see right then and there is not necessarily what they're going to be 5 years, 1 year
And
from
I
now.
But I will
don't
say
agree
this
with-
too.
I don't agree with that mentality though. But go on, Cara.
Let me just say this and then you can slide in.
Yeah.
I think that there are core values in people
Okay.
that you see outside of their bullshit. So, for instance, I'll just say my boyfriend.
Which
The
is a very
reason-
lucky man,
The
fellas.
reason.
Just to let y'all know that.
The reason why the reason why I'm in love with him is not because of his day-to-day who he is. I'm in love with him because of the things that he stands for as a man. His parents have been married for over 30-some years. I know that in his mind, marriage is permanent because that's what he knows. That is a core value. He puts God first in every decision that he ever made.
I do too, Cara, so I'm just letting you know.
This shameless
saying.
plugs are too much.
I'm sipping on this Crown Apple. I put God first. So I'm
He's
just
telling
saying.
all the truth.
We blessed the bottle, so I'm just letting you know.
But I'm saying that I think that people's core values are what you should look at. Now, also, like, your personality should somewhat mesh. Me and him are total opposites. So I think opposites attract.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I'm crazy and loud and over the top, he's chilling and vice versa. So I definitely think that that's a part of it, but I think you need to look at somebody's personhood at the core. That's who you fall in love with. That's who you love. And that person's usually, I would say 95% of the time, is going to always be there. The external stuff around that core is what changes. They may get fat. They may, you know, get into a car accident and be ugly, deformed. They may do something stupid because they're dumb. They may cheat. They may do, but that is what's at the core of them. And
I can't handle a cheater.
I can't either. But let me tell you why y'all
Everybody
can't.
gonna die.
Y'all can't because y'all don't know how to evolve in love, and you don't know how to not put a woman in a box. You think a woman is always going to be faithful to you.
Yeah.
You literally always think that.
Stop
And
that. We're human just like y'all.
That's what I expect
we go
in a
into the
relationship.
relationships expecting a man to cheat. So when he does, we're like, we know what's going to happen.
All right, that works for y'all.
But
That's
see,
y'all
that's
need
the problem because y'all assassinate our character already. Like, I'm already going to the situation at a disadvantage. I'm already going to the situation, I'm a black male, and I got all the option, and black males can be faithful, and the previous black male that I dated cheated on me, so I'm already going at a disadvantage.
I mean,
so,
I don't think all men cheat.
Me either. I don't agree with that at all.
just to let y'all know, even though I'm sipping Crown Apple,
I've never cheated.
I am a friend
My
of
boyfriend,
Allegedly.
allegedly, my boyfriend has never cheated. I don't think he has.
I have
believe
zero
that.
girls on my phone. Do you see? My mom just called me like I just have zero. And by the way, my profile is on Black Mutant Beat.
Okay.
Hey, Cara.
Well, anyways.
My question for you, because you said a few things that kind of resonate. So the idea of like a marriage. See me. Let me just introduce my situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then I'm gonna give you the question. So with
Go
me,
ahead.
similar to you, I'm in a long distance relationship.
Okay.
We've been dating for 5 years. You know, I love her. I'm committed to her. But just up until recently, maybe like within like a few months ago, let's just say about 7 months ago, or maybe even sooner than that, you know, or recent than that. All of a sudden, the concept of marriage, modern day millennial marriage, just doesn't make sense to me. And it's not marriage as in being committing yourself to a person for the rest of your life. It's that paper contract. So it's the contract.
It's the government.
It's the
brother.
government. You know
It's
what I'm
the
saying?
man.
So it's more so that I don't
Overseeing
feel
it.
that I cannot commit myself like legally. I can't think of anything I can commit myself legally to for the rest of my life unconditionally. Cara, is there anything in your life right now that you can commit yourself
Outside
to?
of marriage?
I'm just saying, like anything.
Generally?
Like, anything or anyone. Is there anything that you will unconditionally commit your life to?
Food.
What?
Yeah, I mean, well, for one, I believe in marriage, so that. Family, I also believe in.
No,
so
there's
that.
conditions.
I don't think so. I think,
Shit.
but I do think that there are also conditions to marriage, even biblically.
Of course.
You know,
So it's
it's
not
just a
unconditional
matter-
if there's conditions, though.
And also,
Right, and nothing. But marriage is not unconditional.
Okay, I'm glad you said
agree.
that.
No, because I
Yeah.
agree with you on that. I don't think marriage is unconditional to the point where literally they can do or say or be anything, and you should stay with them.
Yeah.
I disagree with that mantra. Biblically, marriage is conditional. There are certain and I don't know the verse, and so don't quote me on what the verse actually says, but there are certain things that somebody can do that biblically you can divorce them and be clean slated.
Oh, I didn't know the Bible talked about divorce.
Well, the Bible talks
All the
about
time.
talks about the fact that if somebody cheats on you or something like that, that's grounds for you being able to leave.
But I mean, you had niggas like Solomon. Maybe not Solomon. Shit, I'm getting there.
Yeah, but they had
multiple
Yeah,
wives.
They had hella
Yeah,
wives. That's a different.
Yeah,
but that's different.
They had a team, okay?
That's different though.
a dream team.
Like the only verse I remember is because I tell old dudes this too, the old heads. They tell me, hey, it's better. The Bible says it's better to marry than to burn. learned, and I'm like, well, shit. I always thought they were talking about STDs. You know, I didn't know it was talking about.
We're talking about passion.
But
You know, like, I thought it was talking about
what's
STDs. Shout out to Usher. But,
Oh my
But yo,
gosh.
like
Oh, God.
but as far as making a commitment goes legally, I can't. There's nothing that I can think of that I can commit myself to legally, but that I can't control. I wouldn't even say that I will love my kids unconditionally.
But see, you're
Because
living
there are-
right now.
Will you sign
There are-
an
the
employment
effort-
Because now
contract?
But think about this, the
because now
effort,
that you said
EJ.
that, but we were at Star Wars. You told me that you said you could love that your kids were something that you could commit yourself to unconditionally. But with me, nah. There's
Yeah.
conditions. Okay,
Hey, I guess
I
it's-
can't. I'm not gonna love my kids. There are conditions.
But
okay? What if
you
get
are
another little R.
committed to
Kelly?
living right now. You are living right now. So you woke up today to take care of yourself. Those are commitments. So some things are unintentional commitments. You're living up. You got up, woke up this morning, ate something, put something in your body, and make sure that it's feasible for you to maintain throughout the day. You're living right now. That's a commitment. So those are unintentional. Those are unintentional commitments.
Is that a commitment though? I mean, that's just
Yes.
that's some shit that
You've
you
been
just
doing
can't
it every
avoid.
day.
It's like breathing. Like going by your
Well,
your
no,
logic.
'cause breathing
No, I'm saying going by his logic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying something like breathing is a commitment.
No, but you
that's
didn't
the
have
shit
to.
that
because that's something you
just
do naturally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's not a
getting up out of your bed every day, eating
not,
and things like
yeah.
that is not. You have a
Exactly
choice
not.
to
You
just
will
like
die if you don't eat
exactly. But some people in their
you will
head,
die
I
if
mean,
you don't drink water. That's not a commitment.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Living is a
You feel like
commitment.
I would
Living is a
die.
commitment.
I would die if I was not, like, if I literally had to go through life and never be with somebody and never be in love, I feel like I would probably die earlier.
By the way, yeah,
I
I
think
just
I
came from
would.
a wedding, so I'm
You'll die.
emotional.
I get a cab before
Like,
I
I'm
die.
like, dang,
I'm
can a
too
girl rub
narcissistic.
my back so I look that bad?
Yeah, man, y'all are y'all with that shit. So y'all say you love someone so much that you thought you'll die?
That's
Have I ever?
infatuation.
Yeah,
That's
have you
not
ever?
love.
That's not
That's
true.
different. That's idling.
No,
like
that's heartbreak.
sometimes we can go in a relationship with an idle person. It's not necessarily loving that person, but we're loving what we think of that person is. So we're idling. Just like people who wait 5 hours, 12 hours, or a day for Yeezys, or 24, 48 hours for J. Those are idling. That's worshiping.
I
Okay?
like Jay's though. Don't talk about
Okay,
it.
ain't
No,
nothing.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
I was
if
gonna
you
say, I
want to
can't
do
co-sign
that,
I love Jay.
you know, whatever you want to do to make your heart's content. But at the same time, that's idling someone that you don't know instead of, really trying to identify, hold on, what do I really like about this person? What I think. And there's a difference from like and love, because liking is just like, it's just like it's not a verb, it's
It's
just
lusty.
an adjective. It's an adjective. It's like, hey, sometimes my sister get on my nerves. I don't like it, but you know what? I love her at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a conscious decision. It's an
Right.
active decision that I make that I'm going to love my sister. I'm going to love my enemies regardless of fact. They're my enemies. I
I'm
don't
not.
have to like them.
No, fuck them.
Hell nah. But I love them. And that's
Fuck
a
'em.
commitment if we're going biblical. And then also I wanted to bring up this, okay?
Uh-huh.
Nowhere in the Bible it says that women have to love men, their husbands, okay?
Wait.
Yeah.
It says in the Bible.
It
women
says in the
no,
Bible-
It says men. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
It said nowhere.
It says men have to love their
women,
wives.
but it doesn't
don't
have to say women have to love their husband. It
Yeah.
says respect, okay?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
two different things.
Okay.
So we
That's very
identify.
true. That's
We
different.
have to identify that too. That's why me and this girl, this Ghanaian chick, which we're in a bed, and hopefully she's hearing that, so then she can hit me on the cell. But anyways, it's not necessarily that she has to love me, but it's more respect, because I felt like I was being disrespected. Okay, now.
You were being
Naturally,
disrespected because she didn't want to take the next step.
No, it's not necessarily she didn't want to take the next step. It was just that me being a control freak, she didn't respond in the nature that I expected to do that.
But that
so it's a
doesn't
little bit of
mean
manipulation
disrespecting you.
Yeah.
from my
That's some
perspective.
African shit right there.
Hey, I don't care.
It is.
I know it is.
And I'm Asante
Ain't no
King.
wrong with that. Yo, talk your shit, Nana.
Asante, man.
Okay? Talk your
But
shit.
anyways, yeah.
Okay,
So
y'all went
I
real
mean,
far
we just
on me real quick.
we derive from that respect. That respect goes a long way. Like, hey, sometimes yes, boost our egos. Like, hey, you look awfully tall today. I'm like, hey, yeah, you know what I do?
Shit.
You know,
You look awfully tall.
Both my asses are defined
and,
with 5'9".
I'm defying gravity here. So, but the thing is, women are natural nurturers, men are we're naturally protectors, okay?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do.
In
protect
most
and provide.
cases. In most cases. But
You're
let's
right, in
let's
most
get to the shit though. I don't have a problem with the contract. I mean, no, I'm sorry. No, that is what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with, I'm all for making a commitment to someone for the rest of your life, building a family, loving someone for the rest of your
Once
life.
again,
I'm
who
fully
hurt you?
committed to my relationship. I see a future with me and my girl. I see all of that. But one thing that I just cannot get behind, though, is the contract.
Why?
Why? Because shit, look around us, okay? Go into, for instance, Cara, go into any room. Go into any room, and if everybody answers truthfully, I want you to ask them, hey, how many people in here have been divorced? Watch, okay, if you've been divorced, raise your hand. Damn near everybody's gonna raise your hand. The ones who didn't, then ask them. The ones of you who didn't raise your hand. How many of y'all are happily married? If they're truthful, you're not gonna see many hands. My point is, man, like, and like y'all talked about piggyback off.
But you make it seem like that piece of paper is the reason why it doesn't work.
Hold up. Piggybacking off of what y'all said about this microwave generation. I'm just talking particularly for millennials, because it's different for our parents and grandparents, because times are different.
Agreed.
And we're gonna get into that in a couple minutes, okay? But times are different. But I'm just saying, right now, I don't believe that millennials are in that, have that mindset to make a lifetime commitment to someone.
Dude.
And what you were about to say, Raven, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, say what you're about to say, because I'm about to say something to that.
No, I was just saying the way you're explaining it, how I'm perceiving it is that because they did get this piece of paper, that's the reason why they didn't work out.
Yes, because I know several stories. I know several people personally, man. They've been dating each other for about 10 years, 10 years, get married, divorced less than 3 years.
No, I mean, speaking from experience, me too.
Okay.
I'm not arguing with that at all.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, like, if you want to save your relationship, don't get married. That's how I look at it.
But also at the same time, go ahead.
If you want to save your relationship, don't get married. And don't take that as I'm saying I'm a marriage hater. Okay, because I have my sister, she just got married, remarried. Let me add that part, remarried.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, a couple weeks ago, but I love my brother-in-law. Okay, so shout out to them. I wish them the very best. But at the same time, they know exactly how I feel. It seems like marriage ain't worth shit anymore. Okay, everybody's just getting remarried. I feel like everybody has a starter marriage package. I'm just like, what's the point?
How do you feel about being committed to somebody? Period. Because your argument is you don't want to get married because there are a lot of divorces and people aren't happily married. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you can be fully committed to somebody amidst the piece of paper, because let's just agree that the piece of paper has to happen.
Does it?
Yeah, for a marriage to be legal.
Okay. I don't believe in legal marriage. That's the thing.
Okay, but I'm giving a scenario.
I got you, Carl.
So my scenario is that the piece of paper has to be there. What makes a difference between you and all these other people that are unhappily married?
Exactly.
Because
other than this paper.
Right, because if you are fully committed, you're not going to cheat, you want to have a family, you want to provide, you want to do all the things that a man does in a relationship, in a committed relationship, then why is marriage? Because that's all you're doing is transferring all of the things that you're already doing to a relationship that involves a legal covenant. That's the only difference. So the only difference is a piece of paper. Why does the piece of paper for you mean that your marriage is automatically going to be unhappy because Susan's marriage?
Exactly.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't believe in signing an agreement to something or a deal that I have absolutely no control over.
You're not signing a prenup.
Listen.
You do have control over it.
Hold on, y'all.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
I can be faithful. I know I'm gonna be. I'm saying I know. I feel I'm gonna be faithful. Hey, shit happens. Shit happens to the best of people. But my mindset right now, I see myself as being faithful and being everything that I feel a good husband should be.
Then really, what
But on the other hand, I cannot control what the other half of this relationship's motives are.
You
And
can't
that's
control
where
it
the
even in the relationship. You can't control it in
Right now, she could be
right.
She could be
Right.
out
So
cheating
why
right
sign
now.
a contract? Okay, would you sign a contract?
that's just being
Like Raven,
I disagree
Would you
with
sign a lifetime contract to a particular cable company?
But that's a cable company, not another human being.
No,
so that's
no,
not a
it's
good,
the same concept.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's the same
it's not.
concept.
Just for the simple fact that I don't have to lay up with the electric company at night. I'm not having kids with the electric company.
It's the same
but-
concept. No, what I'm saying
I
is,
understand
why
what
would
you're
you
saying.
make a...
No, I get it. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that you don't plan on cheating. You don't plan on doing any of the things that would cause... No, I'm talking about what you have said.
Yeah, I'm speaking for myself, but without her, I
Okay.
can't control what she does.
I got that. Control her now.
You're right, but we're not under we're not under a contract.
But also
now.
keep in mind, okay,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna throw out another scenario.
Go ahead.
Say a few years later, y'all aren't married, y'all doing your thing,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Something happens. She gets into a car wreck.
Uh-huh.
She's at the hospital,
Yeah.
and they have to say, "Oh, only spouse or family can come in."
Uh-huh.
And you're just like, "Oh, I'm the boyfriend." Well, you're not their spouse. You're not their family.
No, man, I'm a husband, B.
Okay, but you
not
can't say that.
legally,
No,
Legally, you can't say that.
you're
You have
not
no
going
claim. Say she's on her deathbed, and they're like, "I don't know if we should keep her breathing or pull the plug." You have no say in that. Her parents
None.
do.
Now,
You
look,
have
look,
zero
look,
say
now-
because you don't have this piece of paper that you refuse to get off of principle.
Now I don't know.
Principle.
I don't know if there are any attorneys in the room, but
I
could
am
she,
an attorney.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to put that out there.
I was like, I didn't know if you was like trying to say that.
No,
Okay.
I knew you were an attorney. I didn't know if you want to put that out there.
It's fine.
But yeah, okay. So from your legal perspective, isn't there a way where she could sign over, even though we're not legally married? Couldn't she use me as like a, what's the word? Is it the benefactor?
Guardian.
The guardian. To make that decision, she could sign me on.
Yeah, there's certain paperwork.
There it is.
And there's also common law marriage. So
that is true.
But fuck
I was
common
gonna
law.
say,
That
but
is
that's
true.
still a legal.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about
marriage.
common law.
But
That's
you
still
are
another-
gonna be if you're living in a
Either
house.
way, that's a contract that
Texas.
you are so against, even if you do have something that you have.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called? I know what you're talking about because I had a customer come in.
Or a medical power of attorney or something like that.
Power of
That's
attorney.
essentially
Exactly.
what it is.
Exactly. You're still
You
signing
can
a
sign-
contract that's attaching you to her. So why not just get married and not even have to worry about all that?
Yo.
You're still gonna have to pay a
Because
lawyer.
you can't control whether
get
or not
all
she's
that-
gonna suck somebody else's dick. And
Exactly.
you're thinking about that. She could be sucking somebody's dick
Right
today.
now.
And you're not
You're
married.
goddamn right. Right now, I can walk. I won't have to pay any penalties. You go low. You go. You're
But
like,
you
I go
will
low.
in Texas because it's gonna
Yeah.
be common law
Law,
marriage.
exactly.
In Texas, I don't plan on staying in Texas.
Watch you be right up in Dallas chilling.
Nah. But,
Right up the road on Northwest
But all I'm
Highway.
saying is, like, I do not have faith in modern.
Well, then
the
why be in a
modern-
relationship then if you don't trust her? Because that's essentially what you're
that's not
saying.
that-
You
no,
don't
listen.
trust her.
Low
Listen,
key.
you say I don't trust her, but listen, nobody.
No, you
listen.
said
you don't trust her.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. People,
that-
people,
the bottom
people, I
line
want y'all to find where I said that I didn't trust her. I didn't say that. What I said was, though,
You can't control her.
I can't control her. And what I'm saying is that I don't.
You can't control anybody though.
You're right.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is I don't believe in the institution of marriage or signing a contract to somebody because you know what you're responsible for
Is
your
there a
actions.
contract
You're not
or you
responsible
need-
for hers.
You
Okay, but even
you
then,
know?
if it comes down to that, you have the upper hand because she fucked up, not you. So.
Oh, and then you said she can. And here's the thing too, people don't want to talk about, but who plans for a divorce? Nobody plans to have a divorce.
Of course
But shit
not.
happens. So
But
like,
I think if you're-
because
but
I
honestly-
always hate when people try to use, like, you know, particularly females try to use that excuse, like, oh, you're thinking about divorce, so that means you're planning for the marriage to fail. Nah, nobody. Who the
No, I
fuck
think
plans for
if you're
divorce?
smart, of
But
course you're thinking of-
60% of the shit, it happens. It happens.
Are you referring to prenuptial agreement?
No, prenup saying shit, and I'm sure you as an attorney can see like there's so many
Everyone
loopholes
who wants to
in
get
prenups.
married should have a prenup.
Say it again.
Because if not,
Everyone who wants to get married should have a prenup. I don't give a
I
darn.
refuse.
if y'all
I
had two
refuse.
pennies to rub together, those are
No.
your pennies.
I refuse that.
Get
I'm
it.
not gonna have no
Yo,
prenup.
Well,
Fact.
you ain't marrying me because prenup, shawty.
Thank you.
Now, whatever we have
What?
when we get married and beyond, okay. But whatever I brought into it, and I'm not thinking that a marriage will end. I'm not banking on that. But at the same time, you're right. You can't control people, and
Yeah.
people change. But that doesn't mean that marriage is a bad thing. I think when marriage works, it is the most beautiful thing
Exactly.
ever.
And
I
you
think
have to
I
have the
agree.
intentions of
Then
having
why
it to
aren't
work.
you married,
It
Cara?
is.
Why aren't
I'm
you
not,
married?
One, I'm not married because my boyfriend can't afford the ring I want,
Oh,
which is a completely another story.
oh,
And also, he lives in a whole nother
Wait,
country.
but
I don't want to
still,
be
that
married to
shouldn't
somebody
be
I
a
can't have sex
prevention.
with every day.
Just because you're
co-sign
married,
that.
you need to have sex? Not
Yes.
necessary.
Yo, now
That's
you
a
tripping
big
on that, bro.
good thing.
Hey, I got
I
a lot
need
of
the D
testosterone.
on the daily if I'm married.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to the D on the daily. if
Because
I'm
it's my
married.
D. Like, it's mine.
Hey, man, I'm sweating bullets in here.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to get married ASAP.
Daily. But you could get all that shit though without a contract. Everything. Look, tell me anything that y'all want out of a marriage that you can't get without a contract.
Biblically, though, I can't.
But biblically though, think about it. Because I try to leave the Bible out of shit like this.
I know you do.
But let's bring the Bible into it. Biblically, do you think that marrying under the government is the same as being legally? Being recognized by God?
Well,
I don't.
But no,
I don't.
I argue.
They didn't
I'll
have the
argue
government
that too.
behind marriage back then.
But the fact that
Shit, you can have multiple wives.
it's just
Back in the Bible times.
I just find I'm sorry, this argument going back and forth is almost a huge contradiction. Like, you don't want to get married and sign this paper, but you're interested in having a right. It's like the right of whatever what's the
Power
term?
of attorney.
Power of attorney. Thank you.
I said
I'm
that?
like,
yes.
I did? Oh, shit.
yes. I'm listening to you, whether you like it or not.
Here's what
Listen, and I've been rolling it back to him. He be like, I ain't never said that.
I was like, let's forward and all that. But exactly. So I mean,
Right.
So I mean, I'm low key waiting for someone to kind of land their plane on what the negative aspects of marriage is, other than you signing a piece of paper with another human being that you can't control, which you can't control now.
I'll tell you
I'm like,
what.
all these arguments, like, honestly, in my opinion, don't make sense. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. It's your prerogative. But at the same time, to me, it's unrealistic. And honestly, the simple fact that you can't do one little simple thing. I'm not saying people think of ways as big, ridiculous event. A marriage could literally be you standing in front of a justice of the peace saying, "Do you love me? I love you. I do. Cool. We're done with it." It doesn't have to be this elaborate thing.
Now I'm gonna
But
take my idea.
marriage doesn't declare love.
No,
That's it.
no.
It's just a
Agreed.
way of accountability. Okay,
Agreed.
of
But if
saying
you
that
love
I'm
the
going to
person
protect,
enough-
provide, and whatever for this person, and we're coming to a union. So it's not necessarily a contract, but it's a union.
Exactly.
You're
It's
coming
a
together.
commitment.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment
And-
that I think
and
is
commitments
great
aren't
that you
convenient.
are.
And I'm all for the
exactly.
We're trying, but
I love
you're
it.
trying to.
Aren't
Not
convenient.
being-
But you're
and that's
trying
what
to
I was
make
getting at.
the
That's
commitment
exactly what I was
convenient for
getting
you.
I'm gonna
at.
tweet that as we speak.
Shit, that might be the episode name. Shit, that might be the episode
And I'm
name.
on that
That
crowd
was-
at the same
that was
time.
like-
You
You
heard
hit
me?
that,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm
You
on that
ain't
crowd.
saying shit all night. You gonna come on here.
You must have with that gym.
I'm on that
Now
crowd.
it still hurt, man.
But I
But I'm
mean,
still hurting though. If you come on, girl, just call me.
Oh my God.
But yo, here's my thing, man. Like I'm all. But see, my definition of marriage is different. I'm all for marriage, but without the contract. Now, here's my thesis. This is my thesis, y'all. Traditional marriage hasn't caught up yet with modern day relationships. Modern is in millennials. Okay. Back in
Why?
the-
What? How? And why?
I'll tell you why, Cara.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk feminism.
Okay.
Feminism. I'm talking OG feminism, not this no shave November slut walk shit. Okay, that's a whole nother topic. We're gonna
Okay,
get into
yeah.
a problematic safe place. But I'm talking about fucking equal rights. Women are equal as men. I'm all for that. I'm a feminism in that regard. I'm a feminist in that regard,
Gotcha.
right? Now, but the pros and cons are the con of feminism is, women are now put in a position where, hey, any job that they apply for, they can get any fucking job a man can get if they're qualified for it nowadays. That's how it is. That's one of the pros of feminism, and I'm all for it. But the con of that is it changed the dynamic of how relationships work. Because think about it, back in the 50s, the 60s, or before then, the man was typically the breadwinner, right? The woman was more submissive. She was nurturing. She took care of the house. That was the role. That was the role that was understood. Men were brought up, were conditioned to be a provider. Women were conditioned to be the supporter, the nurturer, that held down the household. Those jobs never got twisted. It was an understanding. Now, today, everybody now we're equals, which I'm okay with. But
We always been equal.
But
Then there
has
should be
hurt.
no but in that.
I'm saying that has hurt relationships because
Oh, we've always been equal.
nowadays men don't need women the same way. That men don't need women and women don't need men
Vice
the same
versa,
way
yeah.
they did during our parents' time or our grandparents' time.
Okay, but let's-
So marriage now, it doesn't work the same. The way we interact, our relationships, the way we process these they're not the same anymore.
okay, so I have an argument with that. This is my own thesis.
Go ahead.
On this
Kick your
because
thesis.
You go, girl.
well, you just really
Speak your
My lady.
thesis.
Yo, kick your thesis.
all the theses.
Hey. Theses.
No. Okay, thank you.
Pretentious.
I was about to say you can say feminism,
Right.
and no one correct you.
He tried it.
I know.
I love you guys.
No, but seriously, I think you have to look at history because with our grandparents, what was happening, World War II was happening. All the men were going off to war. Women
that's
weren't
true.
really handling stuff before they did that. So really, it changed the whole modern family it changed the roles
Dynamics.
automatically, whether you're a black, white, Mexican, it didn't matter because
didn't.
our boys were overseas fighting this war. So women had to step up and they had to do more things. They became more independent. So when men came back, they're kind of like, well, we kind of been doing pretty good right now. And it's kind of hard to kind of go back to a lifestyle being almost second tier when you've literally been shoved into that first tier. And now they're like, oh, you got to go back now. I'm like, no, I think I kind of like it here. I think I kind of like it. But I'm not arguing that it didn't affect the male and female relationship roles as they coexist. But at the same time, you kind of have to understand that. And I feel like men were stuck in this kind of like, well, I'm the man. And when women were like, that's cool, you can still be the man, but I'm about to go to work. Like,
Let me say why I agree with you, but for a different reason. I think that because gender roles are not as structured in millennial relationships, I think that means that marriage is more and love is more deliberate. And it means that people are getting married and being in relationships because they want to be with that person.
That's true.
And not because they need that person.
Exactly.
And I think it is unhealthy as a woman to be in a relationship with a man that you need because you are put into a predicament where if something happens, you gotta stay because you don't have nowhere else to go because you need
and you have no leverage.
I don't need anybody. I need Cara D and that's it. And Jesus.
But
and after that,
a partnership though.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's my point.
Exactly.
The partnership for me is a choice. It is not
But see, the best partnership, and it's kind of like what you said earlier about opposites attracting. The beauty about certain relationships, and like mine in particular also, is that because we're not alike, my deficits are your strengths, and vice versa.
Right,
so it's like we're not outright just saying we need each other, but we complement each other.
But I mean, but you don't need her, and she.
But nowadays, though, but what I'm saying is mix that with what y'all refer to as the microwave mindset. And the fact is, we're all, when you think about it, we're all kind of just with each other as millennials out of convenience.
It's all about finding the right person.
But
I don't believe that at all.
It gotta be mutual beneficial for both of you.
Yeah, exactly.
So you say you don't need someone, but yes, you do, because God made us and created us in that form that we need someone.
Back in the day,
of course.
What we do, but think about this, ladies. What we do is not necessarily put things that we need, but we put substitutions, okay? So it's not necessary, hey, I don't have a woman now, I can get a woman on Backpages, or I can get a woman on Tinder. In the meantime, to substitute that void, to fulfill that void that I need, all right? Right now, I went to a wedding, yes. And I realized I didn't like to be soft and stuff, but I was like, dang, that's a beautiful thing. You know, I almost shed a tear, but I'm not gonna shed a tear. I shed a tear mentally.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I know my boy's gonna rip me up, but I identified that those two people who got married complement each other. And it is a need, it's a necessity, all right, for growth and sustaining of creating a new generation.
But also,
there's a difference there's a difference in the needs. So I'm saying, okay, so there's a difference in needing somebody to grow emotionally, and then there's a difference between needing somebody in order to
sustain yourself,
live, and have food on the table.
Gotcha.
That's a difference. And I think that, and I agree with you to some extent. Yes, I need my boyfriend to be as emotionally stable as I am today. He is partially the reason why, he's texting me right now. He's partially the reason why
Tell him I said, hey.
I'm emotionally mature. He had that, and I did need that, but I would have been able to live and eat and breathe and drive my car and pay all my bills without him. And that's the need I'm referring to.
Exactly.
Back in the day, women were unable to do that because we made hella less money. We were not respected in the workplace. We could not get as much education. And so we were left behind when it came to that. So we had to find a man that had a little bit of coinage because we needed him to really be able to live in the way that we wanted to. Nowadays, I can do whatever I want. I want a man. I want a man to be able to fulfill those emotional needs, but those emotional needs are on the forefront, is what I'm saying. But I agree with you.
Exactly.
Shoot, I need to go back in the day because no one needs NaNa. At least that's what it seems like.
Oh my God.
I just let y'all no, my ladies, my water bill went extremely high. I'm gonna got that Mario Winans moments, like I don't want to know type of long nights in the shower type of nights, you know?
Yeah.
Just water bill
That's
going
a whole
through the
nother
roof.
conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't think I'm a simp though, but I low key I am.
But okay, on that note, it's funny because, of course, the big topic recently has been like the new Jay-Z album, and he actually did this small little clip. Of course, like I said, Facebook. It's the like news.
Yeah.
But
Fake news.
it was a clip of literally him and different artists kind of showing their vulnerability in regards to their woman, their relationship, in regards to themselves. And I think that's really refreshing.
I
And
loved
I
it.
think
It
what
was
me too.
refreshing.
It was beautiful. It was such a short clip. I'll definitely tag you guys in it. But I think the point was to really identify with Black men and understand that you guys can be vulnerable with us. And I understand being a Black man, you feel like you have to be hard. There's like a certain characteristics you feel like you have to fit this mold. But also there's nothing wrong with being soft because one day you might have daughters. One day you might have to have that talk with your wife or your significant other. If she's breaking down and the only thing she really wants you to do is just hold her.
I feel like that hard shit was kind of like 2008. Nobody's really hard anymore when
He
you look
just
at
said
it.
he couldn't cry when he was at the wedding
No,
because
but
his
you,
own voice
but like,
was
I feel
crying.
like Drake, niggas like Drake, who pioneered the light skin movement, made it okay for
But that's not-
Nana to say this, say the sensitive
I
shit.
disagree.
that
No,
he said.
I disagree
Now,
with that too.
I disagree.
I was like, let me finish making my point though.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Come on, Raven.
Go ahead, Raven.
Slide through.
Go
I'm
ahead,
trying to
Pope.
land my plane. I'm trying to
Me and Raven all right. Listen,
Yeah, I know.
me and Raven gonna hang out.
Yeah,
Like, we
Give
really
her
are. We
time.
might have to go
We
get
really are.
We have to go get that glass of wine, girl.
For real.
But seriously though, I just think, like I said, when it comes to your vulnerability, I think that comes into your decisions when it comes to relationships. And it's okay for you to tell us that you need us just as much as we need y'all. And that it's okay. That is a revolutionary act within itself for the simple fact that you don't have to say it. You don't have to say you need us. We don't have to say we need you. But being in the day and age we are now where people are like, oh, I don't love nobody, I don't need nobody, I can do what I want to do. And for me to look you in your face and say, you know what, I do need you, I don't want you to go anywhere, I want to love you and I want you to be committed to me. I think that that's healthy and revolutionary in the simple fact that finding love is so hard in the first fucking place. So when you do find it, you're like, shit, I don't want to go back. Like, what's the point of going back? I have this great thing right now. And for someone who has experienced heartbreak before, that shit is not fun. And it is traumatizing. And it takes a while for you to get back to self. So when you really do find someone that you want to take that step with, I don't think it's an argument. I don't even think this should even be a discussion. It's, I want to be with you. I'm committed to you. I love you. Fine. You want to get married? Baby, if that's what you want to do, that's what we doing. And it's not because you have to do it, it's because you want to do it to make your significant person happy.
Correct.
So I have an idea. I want to get your thoughts on it. I have a new proposal.
Uh-oh.
Because like I said, my thesis was that modern relationships, traditional marriage hasn't caught up with modern relationships. My solution, all right, I suggest that we have renewable contracts. Marriage needs to be a renewable contract. Think about it. Okay, there's not a
Business
single
You're so black and white.
there's not a single athlete, there's not a single person who works a job where their performance isn't getting evaluated by the end of the year. I think marriage should be a renegotiable contract. Let's say
Performance-based
it should be the
That's
first
just
3
called
years.
communication.
The first 3 years, okay? First three, it could be 3 years, it could be 2 years, whatever the case may be. Y'all revisit it. Hey, is she still fucking you the way that y'all agreed upon?
Wow.
Is he still
Dang,
holding
you
on?
making it hard for us fellas
Is he
out
still
here.
holding on the job? Okay,
Hey.
y'all need to renegotiate
Shoot, I
those
get tired
terms. And
No,
if shit
I'm
ain't
not
working
waiting
out,
3 years.
Y'all get to
Closed
leave.
mouths don't get fed.
penalty-free.
I'm not waiting 3 years to reevaluate my relationship. If you're doing
But
something
what-
that I don't like, I'm gonna tell you, and
But
I'm
what
gonna tell
y'all
you right
think
now so
of-
it can get fixed now.
But what y'all
But
think of contract marriages? Like
So, EJ, let me get this straight here.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into a relationship which is performance-based like everything else in
It's
our
all
life,
performance.
like work, sports.
I think
so
you're thinking too hard into
we're
it.
going to performance-based only. So instead of people loving us unconditionally, they're loving us on conditions.
There's no such thing as unconditional love.
Okay, so from your mind says no such thing as
There is no such thing as unconditional
So
love.
he says no such thing as unconditional love. So I'm glad you brought that up. So let's go ahead and get Poe. Is there anything? I just want you to answer. Is there anything?
Don't put religion into this. Like,
okay, don't you throw religion? Is there anything? Have you experienced anything
The
as
shade.
unconditional love? Anything? Have you
Dog. I mean,
I was like, unconditional love to me.
Is there a
I
such
mean,
thing as unconditional?
honestly, I do believe there is a such thing as unconditional love.
Give me an example.
I mean, the best one that I think you can really use is your family.
No,
family.
no.
Yeah.
No, they're
that's
conditions. Okay,
Once
if I was
again,
lucky, if all of a sudden I
if
became
we're cousins,
if I became an
no,
R.
okay,
Kelly,
no.
if I
Okay,
became a rapist,
okay, but
my
he
family
asked
cut
me a
me
but
the
you
fuck
still
off.
don't. That doesn't mean they don't love you.
No, they won't. Look, I'll say that. I'm speaking.
That must be the
I'm speaking.
like,
it is
the Nigerian
thing,
because it is a Nigerian thing. So I'm speaking in terms from my perspective.
Chalet.
Okay.
If I found out my kid, my son was a rapist or some shit like some
wouldn't
wild
love
shit,
him
hell
anymore?
no. Okay, that nigga
You
is
wouldn't
dead to
like
me. Okay,
him,
he just
but
a
you
nigga off
probably
the
still
street.
love him, bro.
You don't have any kids, so I don't
Wow.
know.
Yeah, I'm
when
about to
they
say it's
that.
kind of hard. It's easy
right.
to say that when
You're
you don't
right.
have,
Do you have a
little
dog?
ones.
Do I have a dog? No, I don't like pets.
Oh yeah.
You know, that might be some other.
He's just not committed to
that might
anything,
be
girl.
some- You know, that might be some
Break
psycho-
up with him
girl, though.
now.
I might need to work that
He
shit
got a
out,
girl.
yo.
Oh, that's long distance.
He got
She ain't
a
here.
For real talk, yo, like all love comes
and
with
I ain't got no
conditions,
girl.
yo.
You heard me?
All love comes with conditions.
We know.
I don't expect my son to be a rapist. I don't want my daughter to be a fucking back page.
What if she's a
Celebrity.
stripper? You're not gonna love her no more?
Nope. Okay, no.
Nigeria man. Hey. Nigeria man.
That's what's different, I think, between the mother and the father. I think the father's love is always conditional, but the mother, in most cases, the mom will stick by the kid regardless
I don't
of what the
believe
fuck
that.
they do.
Not
Daddy
one
will
bit.
cut you the fuck off. Okay? Daddy will cut you off.
So
I
we
think-
just identified how your childhood was.
Hey, man. Hey, I had to. I'm
EJ,
I think I'm-
go.
I do not love you anymore. You are dead to me.
You go to school to study. What is this?
Hey, I knew love came with conditions growing up. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I think that's very unhealthy.
It's not
Yeah,
because
that's not cool.
it's like riding with your friend when you know they're wrong. It's like I don't condone certain shit. If my son became a child molester,
Just
fuck
'cause
that
you
nigga,
couldn't-
okay?
I mean,
he ain't no son of mine.
But
Fuck
you
him.
raised
But
them.
also,
So
exactly, I was gonna say, your
this
children are a
kinda goes
reflection
back
of you.
to what you were indicating with someone who's under 18 and versus someone who's over 18
But-
of that the consent age, the accountability age. So if you're under the age of 18, then technically you're held responsible for it. And in the court
No,
of law,
that's not true. In that case that you're talking about, that's not true. Oh, so you're saying if my son were to molest somebody, I'm held
He's a
responsible.
and
You're
he's a
responsible
child.
for him.
If he's a child, yeah, you have some.
No,
sort of-
I'm saying like he's 16 and he molested somebody. I'm responsible. Nah.
No, I mean you won't go to jail for that, but there is some
But
sort
your
of.
child is a reflection
Now,
of
there
you.
are certain scenarios I can imagine where you could possibly be painted as not being neglectful or provoke,
And
architecting that
the
situation.
victim of the parents of the victim might come at you a certain way.
But
You
look
still
here,
held
though, like, I
accountable.
don't
That
believe.
definitely will happen.
Look here,
Yeah.
some toys come out the factory broken, my guy. Okay, like
And we're gonna blame the
you could be
manufacturer, just like recalls
And
on
you-
cars.
and
We
you
blame
be
the
the
And you
manufacturer.
are the manufacturer.
Yo, you could be
So
the
we're gonna
perfect.
blame the manufacturer.
And we're gonna sue the
You
manufacturer.
actually just set yourself up for that. Why
No,
did
but
you say
seriously,
that? That's
though.
bad.
Bruh, listen, you're contradicting yourself.
I'm
all
just
What
saying
I
that's
contradict
not
myself
really
on.
healthy for the simple fact that I know my dad loves me to death. Literally the
But that's
last few
because you're
years.
fulfilling those conditions.
Okay, listen to me. I haven't fulfilled any condition my daddy had for me.
You say
And
that.
I know, I'm letting you know now.
It's not too late.
I mean,
my
of
number's
course not, but at the same time that-
817-501-1706.
I
It's
can't.
not
I
too late.
can't.
Raven, is that your stripper
I
name?
swear, no, that's my actual
Exactly.
name.
So
She's
there's
a
a-
respectable
that have to
young
do with
woman.
anything?
Wow.
No, because I'm saying you're
Raven.
already fulfilling a certain condition. You're not on the pole. I don't think you have a back page ad. You fulfilling a bunch of
Just
conditions that your
because
dad
she
never.
may have something in her life that you don't know, and I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying she may have something in her life that you don't know about that is bad.
I mean,
From my
that her
perspective,
dad does
you're
not
right.
agree with.
From my perspective as a parent, For my girls,
Future parent?
yeah, as a future parent. My bad, future parent. As a son, okay, if you're my boy, I would love you. I would love you through pretty much everything except if you on some pedophilia shit. If you a rape, it depends on what kind. It depends on what kind of legal
See,
rape.
I'm just
I will
done.
say.
See,
Depends on what kind of.
I
Okay,
feel
and
like
if you're a
that's
girl,
very-
if you're my daughter,
What if your daughter was thought?
what if she was a thought?
Yeah.
Ah, man, that's a good.
See, that's a
question.
lot of
Okay,
things
so
with
you
fellas.
can't-
Like, we
you
like
can't
to
play
get
the one
thoughts,
or
but
the
then
other.
what if our kids are thought? We gonna be like, raindrop, thought, we
Hey,
like
NaNa.
hurt. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're beginning to wrap this show up here.
We definitely got to have a part 2 on this. We
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
we
it's a
de- 'cause
lot
there's
to
multiple
touch
levels
on.
to this shit. We definitely have to have a part 2. But yeah, like as a first episode, I love this. Okay, I love what you two ladies had to brought to the table, hearing all perspectives. I agree with some of it and disagree with. I don't know if I would say most of it. I gotta think. I gotta
sure
listen to
you
this again
do.
to see if I disagree. I disagree
Once
with a lot of
again-
it. I disagree with a lot of it, but I don't know if it's most.
I think we should title this "Who Hurt You."
Yo, we have a lot of possible titles for this
Yeah.
one. But yo, we don't have this is the first episode in of the Problematic Safe Place. We don't have like a cute little outro yet. We're working on it. Right. But and I know we meant to introduce. I really wanted to get more into Kara about millennial love, and I wanted to hear more. I wanted y'all to know more about Raven's story. But hey, if they're down with the
interested, very
Problematic Safe Place, I definitely want them to come back again.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, because I want y'all to hear their story. And check out Millennial Love, by the way. Okay, I love the podcast. Check out Millennial Love. Okay?
Thank
Where
you.
Shout
where
out
can
to
we
Millennial
check out
Love.
Millennial Love
Yes.
at, by the way, Carl?
Millennial Love is on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. It's Millennial Love LOV3. And we're on Instagram, all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat at Millennial Love LOV3. And I am _D_ on all social media as well.
All right, D. That's Cara D. Raven. Anything you want to plug in?
No. Know Me as Poe is what I write under. My actual blog is coming back soon, so
Okay,
I'm trying to
okay.
revamp.
Yes.
So hopefully I'll have some more stuff for you next time.
Cool. Well, hey, shit. That's a wrap. It's Ejike Jamal. You can follow me at EJIKEJAMAL. Okay, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. No, I'm not on Snapchat. I can't get on Snapchat. But hey, we're coming out with a website for Problematic Safe Place. We're working on
Hey.
the SoundCloud is out. Just go to the Problematic Safe Place on SoundCloud. Get on iTunes.
Get on SoundCloud.
Nana, go ahead, talk
right
your
now.
shit, man.
Hey, your boy NaNa. I go by NaNa _man on Instagram. It's NaNA_MANNN. Go ahead and add me. And ladies, you'll like the Instagram page. There's a lot of shirtless pictures out there. So
Oh
go ahead
my
and like
God.
that.
Hey.
And tag me on Fine Black Brother or whatever you want to tag me on. I wouldn't mind. But I'm on Snapchat. NanaMan is NANAMAN. You can add me on there. Facebook, NaNa, NaNa, Ijman, AGYEMAN. If you type that in, you probably get about 20 or 30 of my cousins. But just look for the most handsome out of the group. That will be me. And anyways, man, it was a pleasure to host this podcast with two beautiful ladies. Like, gentlemen, when I
Absolutely.
can say, I can't describe their beauty, okay? I cannot describe their beauty, all right? They got the type of beauty that can cure blindness. I don't know what else I can say, okay? And EJ, what's up, man?
Hey,
My
what's
boy EJ go way back, okay? We talking about Stephen F. Austin State University days.
Oh, shit, put that out. Okay. Hey, but yo, man, this is Ejike Jamal and my boy.
NaNa Man.
Hey, we're the Problematic Safe Place. We out.